Artificial insemination.
VTR 3413, The Flaxton Boys, episode 13, The Return, part 1, take 1, take 2.
Take 2.
(1855), the last few weeks of the departing year, and autumn was slowly giving way to winter. During the summer months, Lucy Flaxton and her son Jonathan had survived their environment. Life at Flaxton Hall had not defeated them, despite the hardships they'd been forced to endure. But there were cold, dark months ahead, and danger seemed to threaten from all corners. Even their nearest neighbor, Sir Peregrine Stilgoe, had revealed himself in his true colors. His lust for the fortune which old Joseph Flaxton was supposed to have hidden in the house knew no bounds. He had vowed to get it. By fair means or foul. Lucy had only her aging manservant Nathan to protect her, and her loneliness seemed to wrap itself about her like a cold mantle.
Peregrine won't dare to come back here.
Tried to find the fortune and he failed. He'll give up now.
If fortune exists, it won't be an easy matter to find it.
They're the clues, Archie. It's only a question of finding out what they mean.
Well,
They're here, sir.
good.
Shall I bring him in?
No! Not having them inside this house.
Now, perhaps that's best.
Are you sure of them?
As sure as you can be of men like that, sir. They're villains. Every man jack of them ought to be behind bars. I scoured all the alehouses between here and Harrogate to find them.
I'm not interested in their moral slight. I just want them to be thorough, that's all.
Oh, they'll be that all right, sir. But they'll want to see the colour of your money first. There's not much here, sir.
There'll be double that for them when the job's done. In the meantime, that's all there is between me and the debtor's prison at Newgate.
Perhaps there's some other way, sir.
We've tried them all, haven't we?
Just seems a bit drastic.
Aye.
Well, there aren't many of them about. Come on, lads.
curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The lowing herd winds slowly o'er the lea. The ploughman homeward plods his weary way and leaves the world to darkness and to me. It's there somewhere, Archie.
How can you be sure?
I just know, that's all.
It's just a piece of poetry.
Yes, but it keeps cropping up. It's on my great-uncle's tombstone, yet we know he didn't even like poetry. Then again, it's written on the beam in the clock chamber. The clue is in here.
I know it's got naught to do with a curfew or a bell.
What about the lowing herd?
What does that mean?
I'm not sure. Something to do with cattle, I suppose.
But cattle and fortunes don't go together.
The ploughman homeward plods. Wait a minute. My great-uncle's sick name was Piers.
So?
Piers the ploughman. That's another piece of poetry.
Well, for a man who didn't even like the stuff, he seems to have messed about in it a lot, didn't he?
Piers the ploughman. No, that means my great-uncle Joseph is a ploughman here in this verse.
You are most determined, Master Jonathan.
We were just sorting it.
I know.
Do you believe that there's a fortune in this house, Flora?
I know it.
See?
And here is another little snippet that may help you. I found this in the grandfather clock some time back. I think 'tis another clue. It's in your great-uncle's hand.
That which you seek is not here. Up to the ends of the earth and beyond the distant horizon. The goal is neither far nor near. J.
Now, what could that mean?
That which you seek is not here.
It's not here in the house at all.
Then why going to say, the goal is neither far nor near?
Well, could it not mean that the goal is not in the grandfather clock, Master Jonathan?
No, it don't make sense to me. And what's more, I don't think it's good poetry either. I like the elegy better.
It's not supposed to be good poetry. It's a message.
Well, why go to bother writing it all out like that? It just confuses everything.
Well, perhaps it was meant to do that, Archie. Perhaps Joseph Flaxton is just testing his great-nephew's mettle. Maybe he didn't want him to lay his hands on that fortune without a struggle. If he's worth his salt, he'll find it.
Well, he needn't have made it so difficult.
Perhaps the goal is worth the trouble.
We could be puzzling over it forever, Jonathan. Maybe the old man didn't want us to find the fortune after all. Old people do some strange things. Maybe it's just his way of having a great big joke with us.
It's not a joke.
Oh, have it your own way. But if there is a fortune in this place, then the only way to find it would be to go over the whole house inch by inch. And if we do that, we'll be as old as he is before we're finished.
It's here, Archie, it's here.
Well, let's work it out later.
No, the sooner we find it, the better. With money, we can get help.
I suppose you're right. Of course, it'd make matters easier if I could read, wouldn't it?
Come on inside, Nathan.
See to your mistress and the boys, woman. Bolt that door, bolt it tight.
Nathan!
Do what I say.
here, man. Sir Peregrine and a bunch of ruffians. They're here. Help me with a barricade for this door.
Go back where you came, Sir Peregrine, and leave us in peace.
In peace? Or in pieces?
I fear we'll not be able to hold them much longer. There are too many windows.
Nathan, isn't it? I believe outside. We're still picking.
No, you're not going out there.
We can't leave him.
It's what he wants.
He don't, please. No.
It's not Nathan they're after. Perhaps they'll not harm him.
There's only one old man. You gonna let him stop us?
Lucy! Jonathan! Lucy? Jonathan? Who's there? Nathan!
Captain! Is it you, Captain?
Yes, it's me, Nathan.
We never did believe that you were dead.
Well, what's been happening here? Where's my wife? And Jonathan?
I don't know, sir. I did my best to keep those others out of here.
But what has happened? What others are you talking about?
Look what the devils have done.
Nathan, I must know.
They were still about, sir. All right, I'll be out in the grounds, waiting.
All right, Nathan, all right. Now, slowly, quietly, tell me exactly what has happened.
I've done a bit
what's hidden out here, Sir Peregrine. It's more likely to be hidden in the house, if you ask me.
I'm not asking you, Slice. We're going to search this place inch by inch. And if we don't find that damn fortune here, we're going back into the house. And if needs be, I'll have the place torn down stone by stone until I do find it.
And what if somebody comes?
No fear of that. Flaxton Hall has an evil enough reputation hereabouts. The villagers are terrified of the place. No one comes near it.
And if the money's not here, and it's not in the house?
It's here, all right. It's here somewhere. And I'll find it. You found it? I'll get on looking then.
Well, that's what's been happening here, Captain. I've no doubt the rogues will be back at any minute now. As for the mistress and Master Jonathan...
If he's harmed them.
I daren't think what it severed. There was a look of madness in Sir Peregrine's eye.
Do you feel strong enough to stand now, Nathan?
I'll be all right now, sir.
Now, listen to me. There's a holster on the saddle of my horse. In it, there's a revolver. Get it, Nathan, and hide my horse.
Aye.
Don't let the devil see you, and come back here as quickly as you can.
Aye, Captain.
Lucy.
Andrew!
It's all right, Lucy. Everything's all right now.
I knew you'd come home, Father. I just knew it.
And a fine homecoming, too.
It's this fellow, Sir Peregrine Stilgoe, Father.
Nathan's told me all about it.
Oh, thank goodness he's safe.
Oh, and this is Flora. This is my friend Archie.
Yes, forgive me. There'll be a time for introductions later, after we have settled with Sir Peregrine.
Nothing at all.
All right. We'll go back to the house. And this time, we'll take up the floorboards and hack down the walls. Back to the house, men! Now listen. We're going to search the house again. This time, room by room. I want the inside of Flaxton Hall torn apart if needs be.
I'd be a lot happier if I knew where those two brats and those women were. If they've gone into Carliston to fetch the constables.
They weren't here when we arrived, were they? There was only that doddering old manservant. We'll start in the library. Mistress Flaxton and the brats don't even know we're here, sir.
What are you playing at, Oaks?
Where the devil did he get that pistol from?
Oh, this house is full of surprises, Sir Peregrine.
Well, come on then!
I'll try to rush me, but I'll get at least one of them, won't I? Good like the first bullet, then.
That would not be a good idea, sir.
Who the devil are you, sir?
Captain Flaxton, Sir Peregrine, newly home from the Crimea. Not a moment too soon, it seems.
Captain Flaxton, eh? And do you think you can stop me? There are 8 of us here.
Aye, but your bully boys look none too enthusiastic, do they?
I shall have to finish the job myself.
Pay attention to your business, Nathan.
Should have stayed in the Crimea, Captain. At least you could have died with honor there.
You'll not get the two of us at once, Captain.
And I see you're wounded, Captain. No!
Get off me! What are you doing?
I think, is that. Lucy, can you get us some rope from somewhere?
Oh, there's plenty in the kitchen, ma'am, behind the pantry door.
Well, lads, I could wish you had been with me in the Crimea. What do you intend to do, sir? Well, first, we shall have you all safely trussed up, I think. And next we shall send one of the boys upon my horse to the next village to find the constables.
Look you, sir. I'm a gentleman. I have estates and money. You can take these others, but I implore you.
It's all his fault. He hasn't got any money. He's bankrupt. That's why he wanted to get his hands on your fortunes.
So this is how gentlemen behave today, Sir Peregrine. And what's all this talk of fortunes?
There is one, Father, somewhere in this house.
It was obvious to all that someone had blundered, but there was no one willing to question it. So Lord Cardigan gave the order to move forwards, and we went on, down into the valley.
And where were the 17th Lancers, Father?
Well to the fore, I can assure you. Anyway, the Russians opened fire almost immediately from the redoubts above us. But not a single horse or trooper faltered. We went on, straight to the cannons, the men shouting their battle cries. It was difficult to see much of what was happening. The smoke and the dust were too thick. But I knew that brave men were beginning to fall.
But you rode on, sir.
Aye, we broke into the gallop. There was no stopping the brigade then. Soon, what remained of us were in amongst the cannons. It was as my troop passed through that I was hit. My horse dragged me on a little way, and then I fell.
And you were captured?
Well, not almost immediately. Some time later. You see, they had their cavalry waiting behind the guns.
Why did they take you to, sir?
Sevastopol. It was a few weeks later that I managed to escape, and I finally made my way back to our own lines. My wound was troubling me, and they sent me to Scutari, to the hospital there.
You'll have to go back to your regiment.
It depends upon the war. They'll be laying siege to Sevastopol soon. Anyway, it would seem there is much to be done here, and very little money to do it with, by all accounts.
But the fortune, Father.
Sir Peregrine and his bully boys searched the hall thoroughly, and they found naught. I doubt if it exists, Jonathan.
But it does, sir, it must. The old master died a rich man. I know it, I know it.
Well, there's always been talk of the Flaxton jewels ever since I can remember. But no one's ever seen them.
I have, sir. Once. They were laid out upon that table in this very room.
Well, perhaps he has taken them with him to his grave, Flora.
Sir Peregrine didn't think so.
Well, Sir Peregrine didn't find them, did he?
In this room, Flora?
Yes.
Then this is where he might have hidden them.
Can you tell us more about Balaclava, sir?
Well, there's little more to tell, Archie.
And leaves the world to darkness, and to me. That's the clue, Father.
Oh, don't let's worry about it tonight, Jonathan. Father's tired.
The world to me.
Jonathan! Oh, it's the excitement. It's been too much for him.
No, ma'am. Perhaps he has seen what has been hidden to all of us all these months.
It's been right under our very noses. The glove that was in this room. And it has nothing to do with curfew, bells, or anything else. And leaves the world to darkness, and to me.
Nathan, bring over a lamp.
Aye, Captain.
Look, to the ends of the earth.
See, the earth.
The two halves of the globe are joined here.
Oh, the Flaxton jewels.
King's ransom.
And guarded all this time.
By the earth itself.
Does that mean we reach, Father?
It won't be such a cold winter after all.
Oh, I knew the old master wouldn't leave you unprovided for. He just wanted you to find the fortune for yourself, that's all.
And we didn't need Sir Peregrine to guide us to it after all.
It'll be a grand Christmas for all under this roof.
And a very cold one for Sir Peregrine.